Welcome to Love 'Em or List 'Em. We do this every single Thursday, usually at 7:55, but Jake had some things to tend to. Now here we are at 8:10, still trying to make it happen.
Flexible.
So Love 'Em or List 'Em every single Thursday. You know, as individuals, we've all been in those weird, unique dating situations where we're like, man, I don't know what to do next. I like the person. Do I dump them, though, because of this weird thing that they might be doing? Well, now on Thursdays, we have the entire Kyle, Brian, and Sarah Morning Show army to help out one of our own. Today, it's Jake. He loves this relationship he's in with this woman that he feels very compatible with. They've dated for the last 7 months, but there's always that weird thing that ends up popping up after several months of dating. So here we are. Jake, what did you find out recently that we could help you with, my friends?
Yeah, so, basically we've been dating for 7 months, and she owns a local business in town. And every time I've gone there with her, I've noticed like these looks that get her way from the staff.
Jake, maybe they're looking at you and her in her new relationship, right? Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I never thought much of it because, she owns the place and is the boss. So, kind of like exactly what you just said. But fast forward to last week, and I saw her office for the first time.
Okay.
Like at her house?
Yeah, like at her house.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Got to get the visual.
So when I walked in, it felt like the room I wasn't supposed to be in. Like she had like several computer monitors on there, and you noticed about 15 camera angles, all of her business with like her staff and everything. And she said she likes to keep an eye on her business, but also the employees.
Ay.
At the same time, though, that kind of makes sense to me. If this is your place of business, I mean, all these places,
well, that's true.
All these places have cameras inside. So why was it weird for you?
Well, later on, I mean, I find out that she will text the employees like in the exact moment based on things she's witnessing they're doing in that moment.
Oh, that's horrible.
No wonder they gave her these, those looks. And I don't know, she's claiming an employee once stole from her, and she realizes it's probably a bit too much, but she can't help it. And I don't know, she's an A-type personality, and she wants things done a certain way. So I don't know, does her stalker tendencies get in the way of my relationship?
Interesting.
Well, you've already mentioned stalker and type A personality.
15 camera angles.
15 camera angles. When you saw that, have you ever worked in the service industry before?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so how would you feel if you were an employee and she was your boss? How would that sit with you?
I would be weirded out. I mean, I know it's normal to have some, video surveillance, just to keep an eye.
Sure.
But not like a hawk, literally.
You guys are 7 months in. Has this not spilled over? Because clearly she's got control issues.
Yes.
She feels like she can't let go of anything, clearly.
Yeah, it's a good point. There's definitely been some things. I mean, we'll plan a night out, and she's really, kind of controlling with what we do, where we go, and I'm chill. I mean, I'll just go with the flow.
Yeah, Jake,
no.
That's a question that I had for it, man. As you're saying this, is has her cameras, as her videos, how has this affected you? Because it's one thing to be the business owner overlooking her restaurant if somebody
which is a horrible tactic
stolen from
doing.
her. You can't text the people in the moment of what they're doing. But has that translated to your own relationship, I guess, is my question.
Yeah, like I said, the controlling on the plans and stuff, that's definitely been a thing. But then now I'm wondering, has there been stuff going on that I don't know
that you've been recorded in?
Are you going to check for cameras in your apartment?
Has she put a bug on me and
right?
tracked me around? I don't know what's going on.
God, I hope not.
Ooh, man. So now we have paranoia involved in all of this. And to me, it's just a lot of math. And it feels like you're doing a lot of math. I would be doing a lot of math to try and rationalize why all of that stuff is okay.
All right, Jake, stay right there. We'll try to get this resolved for you.
All right.
That we got Sandy with us. Good morning, Sandy.
Good Good morning.
The girlfriend's got stalker vibes based on kind of what she says, but are you kind of with Brian where, you know what, maybe when she gets home, this is not how she is? What side of this are you on?
I do not feel the stalker vibe. So let me ask her, any of you three type A personality?
I would say about certain things I can be, yes.
I am a strong type A personality, and y'all were talking about control freak. I mean, it's I wouldn't label it control freak. A type A personality does take control. It's what we do.
Right.
And those people are the ones that lead freaking companies, like they're the ones that own companies. They're the ones that go higher in the ranks because they take control. And I don't blame her a bit for having control over her business and watching them. My husband used to work in the restaurant industry and would definitely have to keep an eye on the video surveillance. I don't think necessarily texting them in the moment might be the best decision, but not everybody makes the best decisions all the time. But I'm not feeling stalker vibes at all. She's just running her business as a type A person.
You make a good point about type A personalities. You're right. I think everything that you say is true about type A's and controlling your business. It's her business, so she has the freedom to run it as she will. If the employees are feeling that type of way, though, in response to how she's managing, then you're just not going to convince me there's not a problem with what she's doing.
Well,
maybe it's her
and
right
I agree,
to do
and
it.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem she needs to figure out with her employees. But when I'm quote working, I take control, and I might piss some people off but I don't care because I get it done what I need to get done, and I do it well. But when I go home to my husband, he's not type A. We have a great relationship, and I don't take control. I take control of the calendar. There are some things I take over, and he understands that's my personality. I don't have surveillance in my home or anything like that because it's give and take. But he understands my personality type, and I have to have control of something. But it's different when you're working versus home life, and I think this lady's probably the same.
Okay.
Can I just say,
you say you're type
Sandy,
A?
I am so grateful that you called to say, you know what, I am like this. And I'm also so happy the control freak called in to control the narrative about control freak. Thank you, Sandy, for this. No, I love it.
It's hilarious.
That's very funny, Kyle.
Everybody's allowed to be whatever type of personality they want.
Honesty.
No,
I love the
but
honesty.
it's true. And just like in any situation ever, there's always a good side and a bad side. And so this woman seems to have gone a little too far in my personal opinion, and I do
agree.
have type A tendencies. Ask my husband. He would call in the show right now if I didn't say I had type A energy.
But you do speak to the truth that you can be one way when operating your business and be different at home in your relationship.
But you got to be flexible enough to know when you've gone too far.
Sandy, thank you for your very honest call. We love your perspective on this because you live it every single day of your life. Thank you for listening. You have a good Thursday.
Bye, Sandy.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Oh, man.
I love
just
Sandy.
loved her passion for who she is as a person.
She's
that was
do not
awesome,
call
Sandy.
my
Thank
tribe
you.
control freaks. We take control because we're natural-born leaders.
I love it. All right. Jake, you heard a very impassioned speech from Sandy right there about control freaks. Are you now going to look to the other side of this and keep on loving her? Or are you going to list her because maybe this will manifest into your own relationship, even though it hasn't done so already? It's 7 months along. What are you going to do?
I'm really thinking about it, and it's like 7 months in, and yes, I've seen all the negative stuff, but at the same time, we're really compatible. There's just all of this chemistry, and to be honest, it really hasn't translated into our relationship. Yet, and I've just never met anyone I'm more compatible with, ever.
Wow.
So, I said how there's a few control things, with us going on dates and, stuff like that, but nothing like this, I don't know, supervisor type of vibe. So maybe it is more like her work and just wanting to be OCD with things. So I'm hoping that that's it.
Well, Jake, my piece of advice to you, it sounds like you want to stay with her. And I know numerous couples who are afraid to hold their other one accountable for something that is, not going to serve them well in life. So if this gets worse, I hope that you're ready to take her to task on this.
No, I do hear that, and that's good advice. This is red flaggish. Just kind of keep in mind that she has these tendencies. So hopefully it won't spill over. But if it does, I do think I should hold my ground. But above all else, never met anyone that I'm more compatible with, like, ever. So I know maybe some people won't agree with this, or they might hate me for it, but I'm gonna keep her, at least for now.
Okay, well, good luck.
It's your journey, dude. I mean, you're right. If you feel a compatibility, and maybe this is an area where you two as people can grow, all the best of luck with your relationship.
100%. Good luck to you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
Best of luck, Jake. And I heard him say, going to do the best he can to hold his ground. God bless you, my friend, holding your ground against an A-type personality. Salute you as those Category 5 wins comes your way in conversations in the near future.
I hope for the best for them. I hope they stay together and they work it out.
Yeah.
And I hope she stops micromanaging her employees through text messages.
If you're a micromanager, know that you've got some work to do.
Do not do that to your employees like that.
You train them well enough that you can trust them.
Love them or list them. Typically every single Thursday at 7:55. Had to postpone a little bit because of Jake's schedule. All good next week. 7:55. Love them or list them. Coming up in 4 minutes as we head towards Brian's first day ever of getting a tattoo. Our man JR in Goldsboro has some last-minute advice before you go down this path.
Well, it's JR.
Something you should consider before you get this first ever TTP tattoo. It's coming up in 4 minutes on Mix.